recording. Well, hey, welcome back. Fun fact, this is the second time we're recording the same show. We had some audio issues, but for you, we want to give you the best quality. And so here we are. You have myself, Steve Johnson, and again, we have LeVar. How you doing,
Read
sir?
the screen.
Read the screen.
All the particulars are right there.
Look,
right there at the bottom of the screen.
Not
right there.
Not some people are still learning.
Right there.
But you're pointing in the wrong place. Okay.
All that stuff down there.
Okay. All
It's at
right.
the bottom of the screen.
And we have Mr. Woods.
Yo.
Welcome back. All right, so I'm sorry we missed the show last week, but I was away in the land of the rising sun, and now I have returned just for you, some other things, some other people. But still, I'm here. We're doing it. And we are, if you can read at the top, going to review the movie It. This film was
2017.
2017. We're not so much going to review Stephen King's It of 1990.
We are for context reasons.
Okay.
Well, one of us will.
All right.
Because as Steve said,
talk about
is a completionist.
Yes. Speaking of completing things, in preparation for this show, we decided we were going to watch the entire 3-hour and 15-minute original Stephen King's It miniseries so that we can do some compare and contrast.
2-part series.
Whose bright idea was that?
This guy. I hope he's proud of himself because he didn't watch it.
I watched most of it. It was trash,
most of it.
There we go. Yeah.
The truth
That's
of it.
Right.
The truth of
I
it
was just
comes out.
I instantly regretted it. I was like, why are we watching this trash?
See,
there it is.
And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I like to record these shows immediately after we watch the film, so the reactions are fresh, which is funny because you're not getting fresh reactions now, but for a second reason. But I think us watching the original It miniseries was a stalling tactic. Again, from this guy.
No, but it made you more familiar with the characters' names and stuff.
Yeah, familiar with the characters.
And it was interesting to see how much they lifted from the original film, how true it was. Right. The first half of the movie.
Yes. Right.
Well, from lifting from the original film to.
But I thought y'all said it was good, so how was it a stalling tactic? And you said you were a completionist, so if anything, it was good for you then, wasn't it?
Right. But
so now you're trying to
I could have watched it. I could have watched it after we did this thing and the reaction.
But it gives you more to talk about.
And
that's
furthermore, the levels may not have been good had we recorded it last night. So you can have that one.
Yeah. So everything happens the way it's supposed to happen.
Touché.
So there you go.
Sam.
Tread lightly.
Okay. All right, Mr. Woods, we're gonna start with you this time.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what you liked about it.
So you're not gonna do your story?
Yeah.
All right. So with the good, in terms of the film,
the good.
It 2017. What I like is that it was a reboot. It's updated. Obviously, film has come a long way. It's
fresh.
clean.
Just took
fresh.
a shower.
Right. Exactly. All of that good stuff. Yeah.
Successfully clean.
You know, what the CGI is in there and all of those good things. You know, so I like that. I do like also Pennywise.
Fucking clown.
Yes, quite the clown. I like, you know, how they when he would unlock his jaw and his teeth is showing and everything like that. It looked very graphic, horrific, scary, things like that.
All the buzzwords.
All the buzzwords. Yeah. Got to throw them all in there.
Different words.
Yes, exactly. So I like all
those
that.
adjectives, pronouns, and whatnot.
And I also liked what they did this time around. It was a fine balance. I think they could have done slightly better, but we'll get into that. But I like that you were getting each character with the same storyline that Stephen King initially wrote, and similar to the adaptation in 1990.
19 how long?
Right. But you know, they kind of went a little different with certain words that was said, certain lines and things like that.
They took artistic liberty, but which is what you're supposed to do. Everything can't be exactly the same,
right?
Otherwise, just watch the original.
Right. It wasn't verbatim, so I'm cool with that. It's good. Not bad.
Not bad. Thumbs up? Would you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking thing was pretty good.
Okay. LeVar, tell me what you liked about the movie.
The movie was terrifying. It gave me, I would say, I felt a shocking sensation throughout my body. Every time Pennywise showed up on screen, it was this feeling of shock and awe, a feeling of genuine discomfort. Like it rubbed me wrong. I felt what the kids felt. It was very, the imagery was very terrifying.
Word on the street is you peed on yourself a little.
Did not. I didn't scream once or grab or clench my seat, but it definitely
just clenched your butt.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about horror movies. I said that is that I don't get the whole obsession with people sitting and clenching their butt for 2 hours. It's
right?
like,
you don't understand it, right?
Yeah, I don't get that, or that people's sick need to see gore, or people to be hacked from limbs. Which, by the way, this movie did not have much of. It was only like one instance of a child losing a limb, and they didn't even show it come off. They just showed him without an arm and then like a trail of blood, but they didn't actually show the arm getting chopped off.
No, cut somebody in half. Yeah. Somebody also got cut in half.
But the movie wasn't too gory, but the imagery was very, terrifying.
It worked for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It did what it was supposed to do. To me, this movie was entertaining on all levels. It was kind of scary, but it was also hilarious. And what I feel that it did better than the original is it made me care about the characters. Like in the original one, I didn't really care about them, and I felt that it was too disjointed in the way that they shot it, in that they kept jumping from them being kids to them being adults. And spoiler, there's going to be a part 2 for this new adaptation. But during the original one, because it was a 2-part miniseries, they were adults and children, and they kept jumping back and forth between the 2 parts. But because of that, I felt the story suffered because it didn't get to flesh out the characters enough.
You're talking about the 1990
the 1990 version. But I felt that the original, the newer one,
right?
It gave the characters it got to flesh out their backstories better. It gave Beverly,
yeah.
Bev, however you pronounce it or say it. It gave her story more meat.
So I would just argue real quick that in terms of that back and forth, which you have every right to feel like, I wasn't rocking with that, but from the book, how the book was written, that's what was going on. It was, when you're reading
just
the pages, you're jumping back and forth.
That way doesn't mean it translates well to film.
Ah, good one. However, that's what was happening.
But I felt that this new version was an excellent film. Like I said, it was hilarious. The kid, Richie from Stranger Things, hilarious. Stole the whole show. Oh my God, him alone. His zingers and one-liners were worth the price of admission.
Talking about people's moms.
So I'm glad you brought up Richie's character. What is his name in real life?
His real name is Finn Wolfhard. Finn Wolfhard. I'm sorry.
Finn Wolfhard. That sounds like a Game of Thrones name.
Yeah.
When you have a name like that, you better do something with your life.
The prince that was promised.
You know they had to say go into film.
Sounds like he might have a chance at sleeping with Daenerys. Okay,
when
so
you have a name like that, you get all the puss.
All the things. So, but I'm glad you brought up this kid and you brought up Stranger Things, because I think that what made this movie work, and if you like this movie and you haven't seen Stranger Things, stop what you're doing. Well, don't stop. Finish watching this and then do what you want.
Well, no, you're suggesting they should just leave the theater immediately. Go watch Stranger Things.
Right,
like
because
just
they
forget.
would be watching this while they're at the theater, but
Okay.
All right. The point is, finish this video and like it, and tell your friends about it, tell your moms about it, tell your pops,
your grandparents.
Knows. Everybody needs to know about this thing. But
Netflix, if you're watching, give us a check for plugging your shows.
Yes, we want all the
We
checks.
need the money. We're trying to blow up.
So, but if you like this movie, this is what Stranger Things is. It is kids cracking wise in the 80s in a horror setting and still telling you a down-to-earth story where you follow these
coming
kids.
of age
flick. Right. And that is really what I enjoy most about this film. We're talking about what we liked about it. And the fact that, firstly, it's 2 hours and 10 minutes and it didn't feel like that at all. You point me to another 2 hour long horror movie that doesn't feel like that. That doesn't feel like you're there. And that you can't even, I don't even know a horror movie that you can point me to that's 2 hours plus, right? Because it's hard to sustain the level of fear unless you have meat there. And they, in a way that a lot of other horror movies don't, took the time to develop their characters and feel for them. So when something happens, you are vested in a way that many horror movies are sort of, they have a lot of red shirts. And this is a term, I mean, it has many meanings I hear, but I take it from the Star Trek term where
Star Trek.
Anyone that's wearing a red shirt, you know, in that episode is cannon fodder. Exactly.
According to, I heard that term from Charlemagne, but it's probably just before that.
You heard it from Charlemagne.
Red shirting, according to him, is like what Tiger did with this girl.
I feel like Jenner. I don't know if I want to know where this is going.
Red shirting, like a girl, you know, like DMX and Belly, where it's just like, okay, I can't fuck you right now because you're not legal.
Okay.
So you just keep her on the team, and then no. I don't.
So in Star Trek,
right?
That's what red shirting means.
In Star Trek, anyone wearing the red uniform, you knew in that episode they would die. So they would be a new player that you didn't care about, just to make things serious, because they're not going to kill off the main characters. So that's what the term red shirt is. And I feel like a lot of horror movies suffer from that. Red shirts. I don't care about these people. I'm just going to be there for the jump scares. But you cared about what happened to these people, and that upped the ante of the danger. And so it felt like two movies, but it worked in that way because we jumped from character development to Pennywise, being creepy and crazy. So I think the duality of this movie, it worked as a double-edged sword, but I think that was some of the strongest piece. And again, what's his name? Finn Wolfhard. And his trifocal glasses, he stole the show. That was my guy. Especially in the end.
I blurted out several times, my nigga.
Okay.
During the movie.
That's LeVar Johnson.
That's my boy.
Yeah. Marty
McFly. That's my guy.
That's the guy.
I fucks with him. He's invited to the cookout.
Okay. Hey,
he's invited to the cookout.
Finn Wolfhard, you ever want to come to one of our barbecues?
Any black cookout.
You can come. All right.
But as that character, correct?
Just be funny.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. All right.
I mean,
all right. Okay. Well, I do want to now I do want to tell you guys a clown story since we're talking about Pennywise the Clown.
Yay, clowns.
Okay. So, I live in a house, and that house has a driveway, and part of the reason the house has a driveway is because I've lived places where there was no driveway, and we've all lived in those places or been to those friends' house where there's no parking and you got to drive around for an hour and a half if you don't get home by the right time.
Right.
And I come from Jamaican heritage, and it's a thing. They tell you get property, and I feel like one of the main reasons you get property is to protect your driveway.
Okay.
I'm not an old man worried about people on my lawn, but I'm an old man worried about people
definitely worried about
blocking my driveway.
Okay.
Right? And so there's a party one day. There's a party one day, and I'm coming home, right? And hard to park outside, but I'm not worried about that. You know why? Because I went and put a down payment on the house, bought a house.
Then you should have bought a gate too.
Pay a mortgage every month.
Right.
And I come home, and there's a car blocking the driveway.
Of course, because you live in the hood.
Right? And
disrespect.
They don't respect that shit.
So there's a car blocking the driveway, and I'm having my inner Jamaican is coming out in the car. I'm metaphorically getting ready to chop him
pure clot.
with my machete.
I wear the bomb, clot.
I got 2
I wear the
fingers
pussy
up.
ras, clot.
I'm ready to just get out the car. And I said, like, who is this fucking clown blocking my driveway?
Right.
And so I get out of the car. I go and knock on the guy's window. And the guy, if the windows are tinted, he rolls down the window. And I swear to Christ, it's a fucking guy dressed as a clown blocking my driveway.
What are the odds?
Well, look. If he had those teeth, though, then Pennywise,
You would have walked right back.
This would not be a funny
You'd have
story.
left.
Speaking of
You're
which,
like, yeah, I'm cool.
I know Halloween is coming up, but any motherfucker come with that stupid clown shit, you getting punched in the face.
Insane clown posse.
You getting punched in the face. I'm not fucking around, guy.
There's a thing going around where people are sending random, very scary Pennywise texts to people.
Oh, really?
Just like text bombing Pennywise the clown.
Oh yeah, keep fucking
Anybody
around.
scared of the clown?
It's
fucking
always
around.
the clowns that get, that bad rap. But then you have adults who are dressed as clowns with chainsaws running up on people.
Yeah.
And then you have clowns running the United States. Boom.
Oh,
There you go.
there it is.
You know that there's
wasn't long. You knew it was coming.
for this film that clowns had protested.
Which clown?
Like I don't know,
the
the
Clown
clown
Association,
the
whatever
clown
they call that shit.
association or something like that. They were
The-
angry clowns.
The aptly named Clown
Clown
Association.
Clown association. Yeah, they were. They're pretty pissed off at
They
it.
said Pennywise fucking up the church's money.
Yeah, putting them in a bad light.
Okay. I just don't know how worse of
It's
a
like
light
we're trying
you
to
could
sell
be
these
in
cheeseburgers,
if
man.
you
He's
spend
fucking up
your
our money,
time
man.
dressed as a clown. And no
I've been selling these
disrespect.
cheeseburgers for years, and now Pennywise fucking it up.
Yeah. he
What
messed
about
it up.
Ronald? What about Ronald's rights, man?
Let me tell you something.
Ronald's good.
Ronald McDonald is the scariest clown because he's out there peddling shit every day that's gonna kill you,
Kill
kill your
peddler.
kids.
Yeah.
So
About these
All
double
right.
cheeseburgers.
now, Mr. Woods, you read the books, didn't you? Or you're familiar with the books?
I've read it, but it's been a long time. I'm not going to
Okay,
sit
but
here
now-
and front like
That's fine. That's
everything
fine.
verbatim. I
My
remember.
point is, you know about the books.
I do.
You're a learned reading man.
Quite learned.
I try.
So I
My
want
lord.
you to tell us. We remember the Beverly character for everybody that saw the movie.
Yes.
Now we know that
She was slut shamed a lot in this
films.
movie.
She was, and it was a shame. It was
And
a
in the
damn
movie,
shame.
I mean, in the movie, they said how she said, "I've never even been with anybody. I only kissed one boy, and it was pretty good. But it was this energy that she flirted with older men, and it seemed like her father was on some Donald Trump shit. Like, weren't my daughter,
Yo.
but
So,
Right.
tell
What about
us
this book?
about how Stephen King actually wrote the Beverly character. What is the thing that happened in that book that I think, very well. I think they were good to omit, but just tell us about that character.
Well, to my knowledge, from what I recall, Bev was written as
Beverly Marsh.
Beverly Marsh. There's a scene basically when they get into the sewer, they become frantic and disoriented, and they become confused and lost in the sewer. Remember, they kind of get split up. Now this happens with one of the characters, but actually a number of them get split up in the book. It gets real crazy, right? And then they finally come back together, and they're losing their mind, and they're going nuts, and they're like,
kind of just like this one.
yeah,
Like when they were in the house and they kept separating.
exactly. Yeah, they're going crazy. They're afraid. What are we gonna do? They're becoming very hysterical, and they're losing a connection with each other.
in
So,
reality.
Beverly Marsh comes up with the idea to keep the team together. I will have sex with all of you.
Well,
Hey, you got to take one for the team, man.
Right.
Or take 6 for the team.
It should be noted, though, she only had an orgasm with Ben.
Okay.
And-
right.
Billy, is Billy the main character?
Yes.
Yes.
So she only had an orgasm. So they talk about children having orgasms. And Stephen King's a sick fuck.
I didn't write it. I'm just
Don't
relaying
condone
it. I'm just relaying the
Do
information
not-
that
we're not. Nobody wants to clone it.
she.
I mean, during watching the movie when she said, "Oh, I haven't done," I looked in her face. I was like, "Bitch, you lying." Even though I hadn't read the book, I was just like, man, you seem like you know what the fuck you're doing.
All right, so but no, real quick with that also it should be noted that as far as from the book's perspective, the bully, I don't remember his name.
His name was Douchebag McGee.
Douchebag McGee, right?
That's a good name.
No, that's an
name.
excellent name. So Douchebag McGee, Belch, and then there's one other person.
Henry Bowers is what's
Henry Bowers, Belch, and there's one other one.
Henry Bowers, Belch, Victor,
Vic,
the other one.
Vic something or whatever
Victor,
like that.
Victor and Patrick.
Yeah, so whatever. So they run up on her when she was. That's one thing that didn't happen in this film. Like these things that were implied, but they really didn't stress on, is that how the bullies were picking on each of the characters, right? And so how they picked on her in particular, they ran up on her. The bullies held her against her will, and one of them groped her by her, groped her breast and caressed her thigh and kissed her. And so, that was her experience. And when she was screaming out for help, there was a gentleman who was mowing the lawn in the book, and he didn't do anything. And the reason he didn't do anything is because, as you guys know, Pennywise had his grasp on the town. So
this town is fucked up,
yes,
and all these people are stupid, because why the fuck, if this town is cursed, why wouldn't you leave?
He's keeping them right in there.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Hypnosis. So that, those little things happen.
All of them know that. It seems like there's this they know about the clown, and they know about all the clown's horrible deeds, but they ignore it and are complicit with it.
But that's Pennywise doing his
because it doesn't. They ignore it, then he won't come for them. Similar to Donald Trump supporters.
So, but hold on.
Always bringing it back to Donald Trump.
Hold on, always bringing it back to Trump. But now you just said that you would have left, and you would have basically left everyone in the town. So isn't that what they're doing?
That's exactly what
who's doing?
That's what they're doing, right? You're saying if they ignore it, so that
and still live there. If you don't live there, Pennywise only fucks with people in that town.
But the
murder rate in that town is 6 times the national average.
Right, but
so why the fuck would you? But live
again,
there?
Because you're saying
the property value must be dirt cheap.
Here's the thing, or maybe it's very high. Think about it.
True.
But the thing is, what I'm saying is, if you would leave and never come back, isn't that your own form of ignoring what's happening to the people there?
I'm just a bitch ass nigga.
Okay. Well, maybe they are too.
There we go.
It's not my problem.
There we go.
Maybe they are too. So
my name is Bennett, and
they don't even have to leave.
My name is Paul. That shit between y'all.
They don't even have to leave, and they can just ignore it.
My name is Pitt, and I ain't getting into that shit.
There you go.
I never heard that one before.
No, but
that's new.
He's being honest and straightforward. There you go.
Okay. So, Mr. Woods, tell us what you did not like about it.
Basically, I felt like with the film that there was a lot of screaming. It was, it was chaotic and things, but it could have been a little. There could have been a little more in terms of because they went for it, right? The little boy, his arm got like murdered
a 6-year-old in the first 5 minutes of the damn movie.
It was dope.
I was just like, what the fuck?
And it was jarring. It was jarring and it was dope.
That is when I knew what kind of movie we were watching.
That's what I'm saying.
Balls to the wall.
5 minutes in,
I was into
stand up in your seat. All right.
Right.
Because when the banter was going on between what's his name? Billy? The main character?
Yeah, Billy.
When the banter was going on between him and his brother, I wasn't paying attention at all. But when I seen him talking to Pennywise, and I was just like, the fuck? And they're just like, oh shit, they going for it? I was completely invested after that.
Right. So, so seeing that, I was like, okay, like here we go. That's where we're going. And then after that, I mean, again, it was great CGI, great graphics with Pennywise and his how eerie he was and creeping up and dancing and like just speeding up.
Fucking spider walking.
Extremely dope.
Like
extremely dope.
Contorting and whatnot.
But it could have been, I kind of wanted to see a couple of more bodies on Fairfax, man.
Yeah, you're sick fuck.
If you go,
you're one of these sycophants who like to see, gore.
Book. Well, sycophants is a different.
That's a different word, but if you go by the book, there's some things that went down, man. And also another thing I didn't like with the film is that it felt crammed. but understandably so, because
now how now
gonna be
see,
2 parts,
that's a
though.
plus. That's a plus. It felt crammed, but it was 2
because you
hours.
wanted more.
Right?
Right.
Like, how does a 2-hour movie feel like crammed? Doesn't that mean you're like, oh, I wish there was more. I wish there was more meat. You would have watched this as a TV show,
I
and you
want
can.
more.
yeah, that's true.
You can watch this as a TV show
A very horrible
if you watch Stranger
1990s TV
Things.
show.
Netflix.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
but
talking about
Pennywise
Stranger
is
Things.
not
I thought
in-
you were talking
You just
about
go ahead and
that
send us
Stranger
that check anytime
piece
you
of
feel
shit
like.
movie. No disrespect to Tim Curry because he was great in it, but that movie sucked.
Okay, but here's the thing. Just and we talked about this off camera. What was so?
Or in the first
why
take
do you
of this
think
video.
it was how can you fix your mouth to say the original was a piece of shit when this one took so many scenes from the original?
Did it take so many
same
scenes
angles.
from the original, or did it take it from the book?
Either way, if you're
angles were
desecrating the original,
same.
you're desecrating the book.
The clothes were almost the same. Like they took those scenes, right?
The original when they were kids took place in the 60s.
What's your point?
What?
This one took place in the 80s.
Right, and the present day in the original was 80s, so it's the same kind of thing.
Same
What would
kind.
have
Present
been,
day went to the 90s.
Here's my thing.
oh, in the last one, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of budget
Which is why they said
constraints
30
or
years.
technology constraints, because it was shot 27 years ago, the acting was cheesy. And you could say, oh, no, cheesy acting and bad dialogue 27 years ago. There were great movies that came out 27 years ago that weren't cheesy.
Let me ask you a question.
That's
A movie
nostalgia
that-
kicking in.
No, hold
No,
on.
When it's
no,
appropriate.
There's
wait, hold
no
on,
great
hold on.
movies
Let
that
me-
came
let
on
me-
that weren't cheesy.
Let me ask you a question. Were you scared and did you enjoy Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one?
I didn't
with Johnny
enjoy any
Depp?
of those movies.
You were scared of him.
Hell yeah.
You were scared, right? And
But
you
I
didn't
was
say it
also
trash.
like in the 80s. How old was I when that movie came out? I was maybe 5-6 years old. So of course that shit is going to terrify me.
Okay, so
When you
if
go back and watch it, laughably bad. But
Keywords
Same
there,
thing with
laughably
this movie.
bad.
when you
laughably
go
bad.
back and
If-
watch them,
if I had watched the original It movie, who's to say whether I would look at it differently had I saw it when it was originally released?
I'm to
But-
say
Yeah,
you
word.
would have. So don't come and disrespect the
Not
movie
really.
now because it
Because
was
I
made
was
for
older.
a time.
I was older and to know, because I remember when I stopped being afraid of horror movies. Because I remember it.
How old were you in 1990?
How old was
Trick
I in
question.
1990? Maybe 12.
Oh, maybe 12.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe 12. 12. Or maybe I was like 5. Who knows?
He studied for that test.
Yeah,
this
he
is-
did.
Who knows?
He was
I
prepped.
am ageless.
Right, timeless.
I am forever young. Who knows?
Right,
I'm not.
right.
I'm not dating myself.
Hey,
You absolutely
by the way,
dated
that would be
yourself.
awkward.
Dating myself? Why? I'm a great catch.
Hi-yo.
Hi-yo. I'm single, ladies. Holla at your boy. Hit me up in the DMs.
Yeah, ladies holler at him. Netflix, talk to me.
Oh, holla at us. We need that check.
So what did you not like about the film?
The 1990s TV version. That's why I didn't
What's
like
up?
about
The
film.
2017.
The 2017, I felt that I get what people's complaints is that, nobody really died in the movie. There wasn't enough gore, but I felt like the movie was extremely entertaining. I felt that it hit all the right points. I felt that it was a very character-driven and story-driven movie. I felt that the performances that the children gave were compelling. They made me care about their individual stories. In the newer remake, like I said, they gave Beverly or Bev more meat. They gave her backstory more meat, and it's like you were drawn into their world. You felt compassion for them. What I didn't my complaint about the movie while watching it was I'm like, if there's all these pieces of shit, why isn't it killing the pieces of shit? Why are you killing like fucking innocent people?
I
They're
mean,
doing his
doesn't that
bidding.
make sense? Like,
Yeah.
if he's evil, why kill the evil people?
Right. They're working for
Yeah.
him.
Help me out.
Exactly. Help me, Howard.
Oh yeah, he's Satan, so you're safe because you're a Satanist. So whatever.
Hey, man. Assholes.
But I don't like that shit.
All right.
But I felt that Pennywise, I would say that Tim Curry gave a more compelling performance as Pennywise. I would say that this Pennywise was scarier, but due to graphics and all of the Hollywood wizardry. But I felt that Tim Curry, because he was just like, he sold it. He made me believe that he believed he was the character. Because any good movie is if the actor makes me believe that they're fully invested in it, it makes the performance better. Like these newer children, it's just like they made me believe it. When I watched the original one, they didn't make me believe it.
So I think
Tim Curry was great.
I just want to shout out to Tim. I want to say that the new Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård.
Because he didn't talk much.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. I know it's another clown thing, but I would like to see him do his take on the Joker.
No.
Okay.
You know who'd be a great Joker? Willem Dafoe.
Maybe.
His facial features, the
an older
jaw.
Joker. Yeah.
Look, go watch the original Spider-Man movie and tell me Willem Dafoe is not the Joker.
Yeah. No. You can have that, but the thing is, I would like to see someone do a take on the Joker that is just terrifying.
No.
Right? So we've seen crazy Jack Nicholson.
Heath Ledger was terrifying.
We've seen Heath Ledger was like chaos embodied. Heath Ledger was captivating and amazing, but you cannot do Heath Ledger again. You can't recapture lightning in a bottle, so you have to do it different. And I would like to see someone. And look, shout out to Jared Leto, but come on.
But we can't really say that. We can't really judge his performance because they cut him out of the movie. There was like a whole nother movie shot with him, and they cut him out to 10 minutes.
Right. But you can judge a 1990s film.
There was scenes in the movie where he was domestically abusing Harley Quinn, but they were just like, we don't want that.
I apologize for taking us off track. That's my fault.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
But the point is, I just kept watching this movie and thinking, why doesn't Batman come and punch Pennywise in the face? That's all I'm saying.
No.
Now,
does Batman be
what
fucking up
I
in clowns?
didn't like about this film is, and it's a small gripe, if I had to pick something, it is that I feel like the villains, the bad kids were just super one-dimensional. And you gave me all this depth and character development with the losers, but the bad kids were just like, come on. Like, nobody's going to be that
you want to know why?
much of an asshole.
Because they want you to despise them, so they don't want to give you too much of whatever.
No, man, any good villain is the hero of their own story, right? And Pennywise is all evil, but these kids, like, you can have them be on opposing sides and they can be jerks, and they tried it a little bit with the main villain. What's his name? Somebody will tell me. But
the main villain, his name was Henry.
Yeah, they just felt like we're like if they had mustaches and bald cats, they would twiddle their mustaches, pet their cats, and sit on like.
But you got to remember, they weren't the main villains; they were goons. You know what I mean? And as goons, you just, it's like, think of like Final Fight. Like, you just punch them once and then they go away.
Yeah, I know, but like,
you know what I mean?
Come on, we could do better than that. That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
Again, small gripe. I love this movie. If I had to pick something, it was that.
But in that's why I say it was crammed in a certain way, because you got certain character development with some characters, and then you just kind of force fed people like, look, this is the generic, as you said, like, this is just a generic thing. He's mad.
Certain characters did get more character
He's nasty.
development.
That's it.
Like, okay, the wise cracking kid, Richie, Finn, whatever his name is.
Finn, Richie.
Yeah, Richie.
Glasses.
Him, they didn't really show a lot of his backstory.
They need to.
He was just a wisecracker one. Yeah. Every time he got on the camera, he's gold. He said something that is just like, oh my God, this kid is fucking hilarious. And he was completely intriguing. But they didn't give him any real backstory or showed why he was. And like, did they, like how in the original movie they showed that werewolf shit? They didn't show him have like, what was his one-on-one with Pennywise?
Yeah, no, they didn't.
He didn't have one.
They didn't show it.
Yeah, no.
Honestly, though, I think he was just too cool, so Pennywise couldn't mess with him.
No, I think actually, no.
He would have punched Pennywise in the face.
He was there like, yo, Pennywise, fuck you, bitch ass nigga.
No. It was
and just hit him in the face with a bat.
I think it was lepers.
It was what?
Lepers.
Was it? Maybe.
No, that's Wheezy. Wheezy was the lepers.
Eddie, he means.
Wheezy.
The guy with asthma.
Eddie had the lepers. Okay.
Yes, because he's a germaphobe.
Okay.
Okay.
And another thing is with the original one. So that whole him being a 45-year-old virgin shit didn't happen in the TV movie.
Wait, who was afraid of the clowns? Was that the Jewish kid?
No. The guy who was gonna do his bat mitzvah. I think I'm saying that
Stanley.
correctly. Yeah, Stanley, and he was the girl, the woman in the picture with the twisted face.
Yes. There we go.
And that was very James Wan.
Okay.
Right. That was very
Okay.
like Insidious, Conjuring.
That shit was terrifying.
So
Okay,
all
so
right.
yeah, Richie was the clowns.
All right.
Richie
Now,
was the clowns.
as I said in the beginning of this thing, we spent the time for you. You're welcome. And we watched the original.
Suffered through 3 hours of garbage.
Only
see?
you did.
I'm not co-signing that statement.
I didn't suffer through it because I didn't watch that whole shit.
Yeah,
But you're
you know,
going off
he
as an
told us to
expert.
watch it, right? But my point is, we watched this the original miniseries, and what you'll understand, what LeVar alluded to earlier, is that this is part one of a 2-part series, and the second part, when you see it, it will be the losers as adults. So I want to play a little game here and cast them as adults.
And I
Who
pray to God
would you like
that this
Okay.
newer version isn't as shitty as the ending of the original one.
All right.
I'm
So-
sure it won't be.
So, what I want to start, why don't we start with you, LeVar? Let's cast
It all starts with
part 2, and who would you like to see play who as an adult?
Okay, let's look at these people, and let's see who I can see playing them. Mike, which is the black kid. I look at him and I saw him as a young Cassius Clay, but who does he look like nowadays? I'm looking at him, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr. That's a good one. Like that.
Look at him, that's Cuba Gooding Jr. As for the character of Beverly, or Molly Ringwald, as they call her, I think, is Molly Ringwald too old to still play her?
Okay. Molly
Maybe.
Ringwald. Maybe. Yeah. Yes.
It depends on how she's
No,
aged.
because Molly Ringwald was like 30 when that. So in well, maybe she was. The point is, I think Molly Ringwald might be a little too old. You could pull it off, but they're basically supposed to be 40, no more than 45.
Let's give Beverly to let's say, who's a good one? What's her name? Black Widow?
Oh,
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson could be Beverly.
That's good. I like that. That's good.
As for Bill, the main character, Stuttering Bill.
Bill with the speech impediment.
Bill with the speech impediment. Who gives me? Because I got to think somebody who's in their 40s, and y'all said it. Because otherwise, I would go with somebody like, the kid who, like Jesse Eisenberg, or the kid from fucking from Superbad, because they have that whole
quirkiness.
But as a matter of fact, but it's two. They're not in their 40s. But like y'all said, Tobey Maguire is good. One of y'all said that. I think you said it, Steve.
And steal my picks.
But
that's why you can't.
I only took one.
Can't drop names, man.
No,
Can't
you
drop
can't.
names before these games.
No, you can't.
As for the fat boy, which is Ben, who could play Ben? Let me think. Are we going with him, Skinny Ben, as an adult, or
I mean, you
somebody
can go
who
what
looks
you
like
want.
him?
What's the future? We don't know. What would you like to see him? It was John Ritter that played him.
In the original
Three's
one.
Company in the original that played adult Ben.
Let's see who. How about Seth Rogen?
That's interesting. Okay. Got Eddie now.
Eddie. Shit.
Eddie is the guy with asthma.
Eddie is Wheezy. Okay, who's gonna play Wheezy? Let me think. Shit, that's a hard one. Let's skip him. We're gonna go.
So who do you have so far? Because we
Stanley?
gotta speed this thing up.
Right.
I got Billy already.
You got Billy, Ben, Mike.
I got Bev. I got Mike.
Only one you got left is Eddie.
I didn't do Richie yet.
Oh, Richie. Okay, your favorite character. Classic.
Because we have to pick somebody who looks like him. Shit, because the person who played him in the original movie could play him because he's funny, Seth Green. But he doesn't look like the kid from Stranger Things.
Right.
But he could play it. And better this time.
Okay.
Because he's had better to work with. And he's the right age.
Okay.
He is totally the right age.
So
All right.
you want Seth Green. Now give me Eddie, and let's bring this thing home.
Who's Eddie? The Jewish kid?
No. Oh, you gotta do
Stanley.
I still
Stanley.
gotta do Weezy and Stanley.
Yeah.
So Stanley. How about fuck. I'm looking at him. David Spade. Fuck it.
Okay. All right.
Eddie, Weezy, shit. Mike Myers.
Mike Myers. Oh, you just pulling him out of our ass for the last
Just pull
one.
it out of my ass.
All right, Mr. Woods. We're gonna do this in order just to make it a little more uniform. Should have did that the first time. Who do you have for Bill?
Bill, I don't have anyone. I've been thinking about that, and no one's still come to me, so I'm just skipping it.
Okay.
I had a
not
couple
even.
picks.
All right. Who do you have for Bev?
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams. Okay.
Yes.
What that
All
is,
right.
but cooler.
She's the chick who played in
yeah. All right. No problem.
Superman.
No problem. Go ahead.
That's how that young girl looks. What
All
is
right.
her name? What the young
All
girl?
right, yeah.
She looks like a young.
All
girl.
right. Who do
Sophia
you have
Willis.
for Ben?
Chris Pratt.
Because Chris Pratt did used to be fat.
Who do you have for Mike?
I got to steal his Cuba Gooding Jr. I
Okay.
couldn't think
That
of
was a
one,
good
but
one.
that is a good one.
Okay. Who do you have for Richie? Glasses.
Toby Maguire gets pushed to Toby Maguire because
You think
Chris
Tobey
Pratt
Maguire has the energy to be
To be funny like that?
to be funny like that. I mean, he attempted
your
it in
pick.
Spider-Man
It's too
3.
late.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
go.
I'm sticking with
Let's
it.
keep moving. All
Sticking
right.
with
Who
it.
do you have
I don't have no
for
problems with that.
Stanley?
Oh, and Stanley, I have empty. No, Stanley, I need more
Nobody
time
for
to think
Stanley.
about.
All right. And who
Yeah,
do
I
you
changed
finally-
my
who do you
Richie
have for
to
Eddie?
I changed my Richie.
Ben Savage,
Ben Savage.
Eddie.
Eddie.
Okay. All right. You
He's
said
more grown, more refined now.
All right. Let's go one
Ben
more.
Savage from like Boy Meets World or some shit or
All right.
whatever.
I'm giving
No,
you.
the dude who played what was his name in Wonder Years? Fred Savage.
Fred
not
Savage.
not Ben. Fred Savage. My
All right.
fault. Yeah.
I'll give you a do-over
Grown
real
man.
quick, so we know what y'all.
Wait, 1 second. I'm gonna change my Richie to
I'm-
James Franco.
James Franco for Richie. Okay. All right. Now,
Fred
real
Savage.
list. Real list.
'Cause
Okay.
if I already
think my
have Seth
list is
Rogen
tight.
in there, James Franco would work.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Run it off.
So
Here we go.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
since he took my Toby Maguire.
Right.
I'm just going balls for the walls. Not to say that they could get him, but I'm going Leonardo DiCaprio for Bill
Not happening.
in your motherfucking
For
face.
Bill. Okay.
That
Right?
Bill.
I am gonna go.
You got to remember who's getting paid and who's getting these lines and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think this
Realistically.
could be a project that Leonardo DiCaprio realistically wanted when he was a kid, and
Right.
for him to do it
No,
now,
but
it
now
might
that
have
he's doing
some
these kind
value
of
to
numbers,
him.
you're gonna
Okay.
have a lot of
Yeah,
A-listers
but
looking
Leonardo
at it.
DiCaprio don't care about money.
No, you don't.
Whatever
His
he
script is
do
good.
is get. You know what I'm saying?
He's
So
good. All right.
I think it could be a passion project for him. So I'm saying Leonardo DiCaprio
Okay.
for
Bill.
For Bill.
for Bill.
Okay. Keep it
Now for Bev, I'm gonna go with what is her name? I'm gonna come back to.
Skip.
I'll come back to. I know who it is, but I can't remember her name.
What was
She's
she
in
in?
Zero Dark 30.
I don't even know. I
Go
never
ahead.
seen
Okay.
that movie.
All right. So for Ben,
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Sherry O'Connor.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
He's not washed?
No. Yeah, that's
He's
what I'm saying.
super-washed.
No. Okay.
No, you meant to say that. Keep going. You can't
No,
change it.
I did change. You just changed yours. Get out.
I
of here
didn't
with
change
that.
you. I didn't
Get out
change
of my
anything.
face with that. No.
I changed one.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna keep going.
You're stumbling.
I know. I'm
You were
stumbling.
supposed to come out the gate
Because
with the
I
real
had-
list, and you're
I had-
stumbling.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Coming at your neck.
Okay.
So
All
who's next
All right.
Pressure.
on this stumble
Okay.
list?
Pressure.
All right. So
Trying
we're
to
gonna
speed through this.
go. We are gonna go for Mike. We're
A
gonna
lot of
go with-
ums in
Black
there.
kid. Who?
We're gonna
Okay.
go with Pooch Hall. This is the dude from that the game, that football show.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Okay,
I think
that
Cuba
works.
Gooding is a better choice.
Okay.
You know, that's it. You saying a bunch of
Especially in
motherfuckers I don't
terms
even
of age range and stuff like that.
and
But
how
okay,
he looks. Cuba looks like that kid.
right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
You got to
Can I
remember,
keep
this is
going?
going to be 30
Okay.
years.
Yeah. Glasses.
Right.
About to finish your whole life right now.
I'm listening.
All right. So Richie, glasses.
Richie.
Vince Vaughn, fast talker, shit talker.
That's that
Quick zinger.
That
could
works.
Work. That works.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn works.
Franco.
Yeah.
That's why I changed mine to Franco because that works. Too.
Vince
Okay.
Vaughn works. All right.
Age wise, that works.
All right. For Stanley. About to ruin your life right now.
You
ready
only
for
have
this?
one so
Hold
far
on,
that
hold
we
on.
are actually like, yo,
Hold on.
that's
Vince
a good
Vaughn was
one.
the
Yeah,
only one.
like,
Nah,
exactly.
no,
Vince
leave-
Vaughn
I
is
said
the
no
only
dis-
clutch
I said at
one.
least.
You
I
gonna
said at
Vince
least
Vaughn's the
3 or
clutch
4
one.
good
DiCaprio?
ones.
You gonna disrespect Leonardo DiCaprio?
I said at least 3 or 4 good ones.
Okay. All right.
2 good ones you got. 2.
So okay. All right. Stanley. Right? The guy who had the bat mitzvah.
Right.
John Heder.
Okay.
Who is
Yeah,
he?
I
He
see
knows
it.
who that is.
Napoleon Dynamite. That's this guy right here. John Heater.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
But is he
All right.
of that age now where
Yeah.
it would work?
Yeah, it will
like,
absolutely
look,
work.
the look of him?
Absolutely work. Yeah.
I mean, he'll be. Let me not spoiler alert. The 1990s film. What
All right.
happens in chapter 2?
All right. Now
Eddie
Eddie.
slits his wrist.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Eddie. Ruin your life again. Joe Manganiello.
Who? Joe Manganiello.
Yeah.
Joe Manganiello.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Joe Magnolia.
I
What the
think
fuck
it's
was he
Joe
in?
Manganiello.
Who is that?
He was supposed to play this guy, and he
Who's
was the
this
wolf.
guy?
Okay, he was the wolf in True Blood.
Oh, okay. The nigga from Spider Man.
He was
Fucking
the
Flash.
bully in Spider-Man.
Flash.
Yes.
Who?
The nigga who's gonna play fucking Deathstroke in the damn Justice League. Flash Thompson, the nigga who was banging Tobey Maguire against the damn lockers.
Oh, okay.
True Blood, the wolf.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
so who I was saying for
And you said he's gonna play who? Eddie?
He said
Eddie.
he do play Eddie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wheezy?
Yes.
He just got brolic.
Yeah, he's a grown man now.
Not-
When
this-
clearly Ben is the one who
The
gets
virgin
brolic.
motherfucker
Yes.
in the original movie?
Yeah, they don't have
Yes.
to do it like that. I'm saying he looks like the kid grown up.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
See
Yeah.
how
Okay, hold on.
you just
Slow
stumbled
down.
out the gate.
Slow down. I'm ready.
I
I'm
like
ready.
Joe Manganiello or whatever the fuck, but you're bugging.
Okay. The name I was looking for Bev is Jessica Chastain.
What did she play?
Okay, I don't know what the fuck she
Zero
is.
Dark 30.
What else?
You know what would help the audience right now? If you put a window with pictures of these unknown
Yeah, just like
motherfuckers.
instantly on the fly. Windows with these
Right,
people.
windows with pictures.
Just throw them up
I'm just saying.
because that's just easy to do. Okay, so she was in The Martian. She was in Zero Dark 30. She was in Interstellar. She was in The Help.
How about I
Oh,
saw
her.
none of those movies,
Okay,
not
I
one
know
of
what
them.
you're talking about now.
Okay.
but I'm sure I could Google her picture.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. So, yeah, red
Beth,
hair.
Yeah.
Zero Dark 30.
Yeah, I know
Jessica
exactly what you're
Chastain,
talking
Oscar
about.
winner. Yeah, you're
Nah.
welcome.
Yeah,
No.
ScarJo.
Y'all,
ScarJo.
Nope.
y'all
ScarJo.
Okay.
No, Amy
And-
Adams.
ScarJo.
Oh, you guys took Amy out.
Who took
ScarJo.
Amy Adams?
You did. But ScarJo.
And
Yeah,
so, finally, for Ben, we need.
Look at you struggling.
Hold on, cause I'm just trying to get his
you're
name.
just stumbling. Like you could have
Hold
just
on,
took the
hold on.
honorary route, like I did, and just said,
Nathan
"I don't have somebody
Fillion
yet."
for Ben, bitch.
Who's Nathan
Nathan
Fillion?
Fillion has been
Yeah,
since in his previous life he's played on these roles.
Yeah.
In Castle as a
Yeah,
writer,
yeah,
a novelist.
yeah,
Heard he's hard to work
Yep.
with.
Nathan Fillion. So
As the main lead,
Yeah.
well, yeah, okay,
no,
maybe.
that's the fat kid. He
Oh,
grows up
oh,
into
Ben.
Nathan Fillion. Yeah,
No.
yeah, that worked.
No, it doesn't.
That
Work.
definitely works.
Chris Pratt.
All right.
I like my
fine.
Chris Pratt.
That's okay. So I got Leonardo DiCaprio. I got Jessica Chastain. I got Nathan Fillion. I got John Heder. I got Joe Manganiello. I got Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, your list is weak.
Oh, and Pooch Hall. Come on, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway,
I feel like my list sounds more plausible. And so does Yabi's.
Thank you, sir.
Like, these people that you said is not going to ever
That's your
happen.
problem. That's your problem. You don't got no ambition.
I'm just
You know
saying.
what I'm saying? I'm just
named
shooting for the stars.
I named the A-listers.
Right.
All right. Now, Mr. Woods,
Yes, sir.
final thoughts and give me a score. Let's bring this thing home. We're in at 50 minutes right now.
Yeah, so final thoughts. Basically, I thought it was a good update to an adaptation of a book. They did a great job. As I said, it was slightly crammed with the stories, but it was still good. You know, like nitpicking. It was still good. I would have liked to. I'm not, and it's not
More
about
gore.
gore.
'Cause Yabi's
No,
a sick fuck.
no. And I'm glad you said that because I wanted to clarify. If I needed gore, I'll just watch
Saw.
Chainsaw
Go watch
Massacre.
Saw. Go watch
or
Jigsaw's
Saw.
coming out.
That's
Torture
not what I'm
porn.
asking for. But what I'm saying is that you could have shown
I want good stories.
a couple of deaths or something like that.
Yeah, I felt
That
the
is
same way.
in the book. That is
Yeah,
accurate
But
to
that
the
doesn't
book.
take away from the entertainment of the movie. I agree with
Right. That's in the book on
Bring it
film.
home.
So anyway, I give it a 7.5. It can get, if it's chapter 2, because they didn't bring any mysticism into this, even though they did have this like one little cue where I believe Ben's character like stepped on a turtle. He said there's a turtle, and in the book reference, there's a turtle that helps them in terms of the world.
Easter eggs.
Yes, Easter eggs. So it's a good job of that.
So what was
So we'll see.
Not to cut
So
off.
if they pull
about
that
the
on,
ending
Not
of
to
the
cut you off,
original
but I'll cut you
movie?
off.
What? Not the original movie, but the book. What was so methodical about it?
you mean
Because you said the
mystical?
reason they didn't go for it is because the ending of the book was too methodical.
Complicated.
Well,
What
I
was so
won't.
complicated
I won't
about
get
it?
into the details, but I'll just
Spoil it for me. I want it to be
Yeah.
spoiled.
No, it's no. Basically, there was some chance
This is a
going
spoiler
on.
alert, so if you should mute this for like 10 seconds if you don't want to hear the ending. of the
It's
book.
already spoiled.
Look,
It's spoiled, right?
there's some
Go ahead.
chance that Billy learns there's a turtle, there's another world that these things come from, and what they're doing in our world and why they're doing it, and what those dead lights represent. And so,
And is it connected to the Dark Tower?
is the Dark Tower connected to it?
Ooh.
That's how you do it. There's a difference. So, anyway.
Is it, though?
Anyway, that's
All
what
right.
kind of happens. But like I said, if chapter 2 is dope, wrapping up, if chapter 2 is dope, chapter 1 is definitely dope. But if they pull it all together, add a little couple of things in there, expand it,
there's
then
definitely
I
gonna
could
be
definitely
gore in the new
raise the value. But
because there's going to
7.5
be
is not
adults
bad.
getting killed.
I like it. It's definitely a dope film.
Okay.
I felt like they held back on that because they didn't want to show too much kids getting bludgeoned to death and murdered.
Final thoughts. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait, it's 1 second before we come back to you. That is you're giving this film a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
75%. C plus.
it's a strong C plus.
Strong C plus.
Strong C plus.
All right.
See, that's it.
Bring that home to your mother. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
This movie was entertaining. It was terrifying. I
For you.
won't say like it made me feel uneasy and uncomfortable. I felt it was great storytelling. It was a great coming of age story. It made me, care about the characters. I was totally invested from the first 5 minutes. And it shits all over the original. Shits.
No,
No
didn't you
respect.
say you got
No.
invested once
Jack
the
Nicholson,
boy's arm got
Heath
ripped
Ledger.
off?
Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait, hold on.
what does that have to do with-
Slow down. Slow the fuck down for one
Oh,
goddamn
and
minute.
that's just
Are you
referencing
disrespecting
clowns.
Jack Nicholson?
No, I already said that Tim Curry was great. That he was intriguing.
No, but you
and he
said
was the-
Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger. Are you saying that Heath Ledger's performance makes Jack Nicholson's look like garbage? Is that what you're saying?
I don't say it makes it look like garbage, but it kind of makes it cheesy.
Tell
Kind
you,
of.
man.
Got LeVar.
With the dancing up and down the street and sticking
You
his
sure
butt in
your
the
last
air
name
and
is? You sure
dancing to
your
Prince music.
last name is not Ball? You know what I'm saying? Talking about fuck Nas. You know what
I
I'm
ain't
saying? You're all
saying
about
fuck.
Lil
I already
Uzi
said
Vert.
that I felt that Tim Curry was the best part of the original It movie, and he might be more intriguing as
But you don't
Pennywise
get that.
than
They stole so many scenes
the new one.
from the miniseries to put in this
yes,
movie.
and
So
improved
how can
upon
you- how
every
can
single
you
one of them. Did they
disrespect
not? Did
That's
they not
how it works.
improve on it?
That's
because
how it
usually
works.
that doesn't happen.
Line up a 7-year-old
But
of 2017 with a kid who's
they
7
improved
at
upon it.
1990 and look at the differences.
The original movie was a big steaming turd.
Oh my god.
It does not hold up well, especially like as a person. Let's say I was born yesterday, right?
I think.
And
he
as a
was born
person
yesterday.
coming into this world and seeing the movie with the special effects, and then going back and watching that stop motion fucking bullshit. It's not like if I had a saw in the time when the graphics were limited. If I had saw it then when I was a kid, maybe. But seeing it now, going backwards, that shit is trash.
But okay, hold. I need. Is that,
See, this is
just
how
give
we're
me a
going
score.
overtime,
No,
man.
give me a score, and then I will wrap all of this up in my closing
My
statement.
score
We have
for
to do a
this
separate
movie,
show to just get at this.
my score for
That's
this
my
movie
suggestion.
is a out of 10, I would give it a 8.5.
8.5. Okay. 8.5 out of 10. All right.
It's a
Now
B plus.
Okay. So I am gonna give you guys my final thoughts. And
Okay.
Firstly, I want to say this. I just want to start and say I thought the film was amazing. And I'm glad that I went back, even though I reluctantly did it. I'm glad I went back and watched the original because you see all the beats that they picked up and expounded on and sort of revamped for today's audience. Now, what I will say, and I just want to make this analogy, Mr. Woods, and I'm going to ask you, I'm going to put this to you because you're a video game. You remember Final Fantasy VII. You remember being godsmacked by the technology in Mario 64.
Absolutely. It was
Now,
amazing.
It was amazing.
Nothing
and
is
at
greater.
that time, you were like, how does it get better than this? You remember looking
I couldn't fathom it.
You remember looking at Madden,
Remember
thinking
Dreamcast, my nigga?
thinking
Dreamcast?
you remember looking at Madden thinking this is photorealistic in Madden 2000 on the
Right.
PlayStation 2,
Right.
right?
They got it right.
How could that be photorealistic if you look at what you see today,
Right.
right? But so you have to understand there's this thing like the uncanny valley, but it's also like in the time when you have not seen better technology, that thing that looks terrible to you now, you cannot mentally process it. So we don't really see images like you see an image and you process it a certain way and you interpret it a certain way.
Right.
So you cannot go and look at something from 27 years ago and say, oh, it's trash. And as far as acting goes, you know, LeVar, I'll bring this one to you. You were terrified by Nightmare on Elm Street when you saw it. And if you
I was
go
5.
back, you were 5, but you go back and you see the acting. If you looked at it now, it is just as bad as what you saw in the It original.
So then you agree that it's bad?
No, I'm saying for the time, you have to respect it for the time, and you don't disrespect
Of it being
Nightmare on
trash?
Elm Street.
Hold on,
You
can
say
I-
Nightmare on Elm Street is trash.
I didn't say Nightmare. I
Then
like
you
Freddy.
can't say that
Freddy
It
wasn't
is
intriguing trash. I mean,
No. You can't say Johnny Depp was in that too. You were terrified and you didn't notice how
Roach
cheesy
Motel.
it was until you go back. So I'm just saying you have to respect what
that
came
I have
before.
to. I respect it, and I
understand
told you I respect Tim Curry's performance.
No,
I told you
you
it
should
was
respect
intriguing.
the whole thing.
No,
Fans.
because
The
that shit was
reason
cheesy.
people are afraid of clowns, a lot of people right now in America or around the world are afraid of clowns are because of that.
Because they bitches.
miniseries. Okay.
Says the
I
guy
don't
who
know.
was terrified
Says the
and
guy
it
who
was
peed a little
jarring
bit on himself when he
as
saw
Pennywise in
this time.
2017.
I didn't scream once or jump out of my
And
seat
when
once.
you
Not
watch
once.
this 30 years
It
from
made
now,
me feel uncomfortable. That's
I
not the
think-
same as pissing on yourself
I
or
think
whatever
when you
the
watch
fuck.
this 30 years from now, you're gonna go back and say, "Man, that was whack."
No, here's the whole thing. I'm gonna shut down your argument. Like when you go back and watch Terminator 2, right? There are parts of it that hold up where it's just like the effects, but then when they're doing practical effects, where you like that looks hella fake.
But there are effects and there's like movies.
And I thought that shit watching it when it fucking came out. There's
watching
parts
what?
Terminator 2.
Yeah, and then you saw Terminator Genesis and you wasn't impressed, right?
Terminator Genesis because the storytelling was bad.
The movie was
All
whack.
I'm saying is the movie came out at a time,
But
and
the graphics were
paved
good.
the way for what
That
we
didn't save
have
the movie.
here, and we should respect that. Now, finally, final words, because we got to close this thing out. We're in at an hour now.
Right.
I just want to say that what the town Derry,
Right.
if it is reminiscent of a short story from Ursula Le Guin. I believe it's Ursula Le Guin, called "The Ones Who Walk Away from O'Malley's." It is a utopia. It is the perfect town. There's no unemployment.
The fuck
There's
is this
no
town perfect?
homeless.
It's the largest murder rate in the fucking world.
So
6 times the national average.
the-
This shit worse than Chirac.
On that note, look it up for yourself, because I'm done. I'm gonna give the film a 9.5, but it's not about a 9.5. Fuck that. We're gonna end it now.
It's
I'm
his
pissed
rating.
off. But it's not about what I think. It's not about what he thinks.
It's about
It's
what
not
what
about
you
what
think.
he thinks.
Let us know in the comments.
It's about what you think, and apparently it's about what LeVar thinks. But we want to know what you think, so leave a comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your
So
mother,
easy to get a
your
rise out of this guy.
grandmother, everybody.
I
And
see.
we want to do a thing where we start taking your questions on the show and answering your questions. So it's only the beginning. And thank you if you stuck in this long. And there's more coming very, very soon. And we are out.
One more thing.
You're done. No, you get nothing. You get nothing. That's it. We'll see you next time.